Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to this special webinar on new income tax portal. And today we are having a great personality, Naveen sir, with us. Warm welcome, Naveen sir. And we are having Mr. Yusuf Mohammed and Siddesh sir and TC Bafna sir with us. So, friends, this program is jointly organized by uh, Karnataka State Chartered Accountant Association and What Next team from Professional. So first I will invite CATC Bafna sir, who is a co-founder of What Next team and mentor and guide of What Next teams to address all the attendees. Bafna sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. And thanks to all this Karnataka State Chartered Accountant Association. First, this is a good evening to all these professional members of this KSAA and WNT and the Karnataka State Chartered Accountant Association, a renowned association since long back for the inviting witness team for professional, for giving this professional and to the knowledge sharing with this great webinar on common issues with the on the new income tax portal with the line and question answer with the Minister Naveen Kariwal of Bangalore. Special thanks to the President Kumar Jigariri, Secretary to promote Sri Devi Hari, Sri Siddesh Gadi sir, and the Yusuf Mohammed by convener of this Directors Committee and all team of the KSAA. The first time who have given opportunity to come on this platform for the benefit of all the professionals. And this What Next team has organized more than 300 webinars during the lockdown and for the enhancement and the professional knowledge, or which have grant this team headed by Sri Abhishek Shah, Amit Gandhi, Preeti Shah, and the Karan Bhavshar and Rahul Narware, and 45 board member committee of this all over India. So most welcome all these eminent speakers with this Naveen Kariwal, Yusuf Bhai, and Siddesh Bhai on this platform. Thank you very much, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bafna sir, for your kind words. Now I would invite Mr. Yusuf Mohammed on behalf of Karnataka State Chartered Account Association to address all the members. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, CA Abhishek Shah. Good evening, members. I am CA Mohammed Yusuf, convener of Direct Tax Committee at Karnataka State Chartered Accountants Association. On behalf of Karnataka State Chartered Accountants team and team What Next team for professionals, I welcome everyone for this KSCA short series webinar on common issues faced on the new income tax portal and the possible solutions. To deliberate on this topic, we have an esteemed speaker, a prominent chartered accountant, CA Naveen Kariwalji. CA Naveen Kariwalji is a partner at HC Kincha and Company Chartered Accountants. He's a co-opted member of Direct Tax Committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He's also a member of Central Taxes and Corporate Laws and GST Committee of Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that is FICCI. He is also a member in Finance Advisory Committee at Karnataka State Cricket Association. CA Naveen Kariwalji is the most sought after technical speaker. He has spoken to various forums across India. We are delighted to have you, sir, as a speaker today for this short series program. With this, I welcome CA Naveen Kariwalji. Welcome, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind word and introduction. Now I would invite CA Naveen Kariwal sir to kindly take the charge and start today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Sure. At the outset, let me inform members that the topic outlined for today's deliberation is common issues faced on the new IT portal 2.0 and possible solutions. Kindly understand the word is possible solutions. So when Siddesh called me, say a week back, and he wanted to discuss the issues on this new IT portal 2.0, by threadbare, I clearly told him that all the technical issues I would like to, discuss with all the chartered accountants, consultants, advocates, etc. But kindly do not ask me for the possible solutions. Anyhow, the heading of the PPT is also common issues faced on new IT portal 2.0 and possible solutions. Let us see to what extent we are able to give solutions to the technical glitches now being faced by the crowd on the portal. My dear friends, at the outset, let us go to the dashboard of the e-filing Income Tax Department, Government of India. If you see there is a lady, she's sitting on a chair. Along with that, there is a cat. So what does this indicate? Point number one is, if you see beside the lady, there is a lamp, and that lamp is on, light is on. That means what? The lady is sitting, and at the night, she's trying to access her phone. On that phone, if you see, she is trying to access the new IT portal. So the lights are on in the night. So in my opinion, this lady now has contacted COVID and she's in quarantine. So she's in quarantine for say around about 15 days and she's sitting there happily quarantined, and she's now looking at the site of the department, which also seems to be in quarantine, unfortunately. And we are not able to serve the people all over India. Anyhow, so that the cat is also silent and eyes closed. This is for you to guess whether it is the SSC or whether it is the developer or whether it is the chartered accountant or whether it is the government, central government, who has initiated this, rather forced this portal on the people of India. Now, let us go through a guided view of the portal, and then we'll come to the the technical glitches. Now, my dear friends, if you see, Modi had only one line for the developer. What he told, on an average, it took 63 days in the last year or in the last portal to pass the intimation to process the return. It took 63 days for refund, basically. Now he gave a dictum to the developer: please issue the refund to my taxpayer in India in 1 day. So the Prime Minister, I must commend, has a lot of foresight and vision. But unfortunately, my dear friends, it is not percolated and it's not being implemented in the fashion he has envisioned. So what he decided, what he told, 63 days is taking time to process the refund of my taxpayer. I want to be done in 1 day. Today I file the return and tomorrow it has to be credited to the account of the SSC. With this in view, the information is now, this new portal is developed. Again, I see a lot of criticism on Facebook, on Twitter, on WhatsApp, on mails, on messages, etc. But my dear chartered accountant friends, or my dear SSCs, or my dear advocates, or my dear consultants, you are forgetting the developer is not Infosys. Modi ji has not seen Infosys and given the job to Infosys. Rather, it is the people behind Infosys whose integrity, whose commitment cannot be questioned. Okay, it may be the Murthis, the Shibulas, the Nilekanis, the Gopal Krishnans, etc. All founder members. And he has seen them rather than seen Infosys. So in my humble opinion, kindly wait till this another 1.5 months. And my emphatic answer would be, all the glitches on the portal would be solved within 2 months. Within 2 months, I am telling you, there are other secrets which are unfortunately I cannot leak out on this portal. I mean, on the online discussion. So in my emphatic opinion, in my humble opinion, within 2 months, all the technical glitches would be sorted out, and let us hope for the best. Now, we will discuss. Having said that, as of today, I totally agree with my professional colleagues that the portal is not working that well, and there are a lot of glitches which has to be, sorted out. We will go through that. Now, if you see this e-filing 2.0 view guided tour of the new portal, these our services, our success enablers, news and e-campaigns, things to know, taxpayer voices, our committed taxpayers. You see their home, individual, HUF, company, non-company, tax professional, others, downloads, help, etc. These are all, what has happened. The contract was awarded to Infosys in 2019, which is implemented by Infosys now in 2021. So, moment Modi ji has come, he is laying trust, laying emphasis on digital connections, digital marketing, and digital compliances. Now let us go through this guided tour of the portal. It says, the specialty is speed, accuracy, convenience, usability. And these are all the features of the new portal. It's all there. I do not want to go through it. Then there is your refund struck, etc. Pre-validate your bank account. And then this is the profile. Now we move forward. These are all the services offered on the new portal. If you see our success enablers, as of today, individual registered users are 9.48 crores and 6.10 crores are the e-verified ITRs. First issue, my dear friends, don't worry. If the ITR has been received beyond 120 days, what is to be done? There is a functionality on the portal of condonation request. Sooner or later it will be enabled. Go there and do a condonation request for a condonation. Don't worry, that will be solved. Or else, please file a petition with your jurisdictional principal commissioner of income tax under section 119(2)(b) of the Act. The Honorable PCIT, I am telling you, they are most benevolent and they are going to accept the return. Okay. Next, when we move forward, yeah. Now this sooner or later the government has realized, unfortunately it is too late, but this is the time, my dear friends, for the chartered accountant to show their true importance. One side there is a developer, on one side there is a government, and on one side are the chartered accountants. I am sorry to say the portal was launched, was developed without taking into account, without taking into confidence the chartered accountants at all. Although sooner or later the finance minister, having realized her mistake, constituted a committee of representatives of chartered accountants, which was constituted by our president of ICAI, Nihar Jambusaria, to analyze all the issues being faced on the new portal. So better late than ever. So we are happy now that the chartered accountants have been given their due importance. Now, if you see that this tweet has come from Madam Nirmala Sitharaman stating that the glitches in the new income tax portal are expected to be fixed entirely in next 2-3 weeks. I have told you 2 months time, not 2 to 3 weeks. So this is what is the finance minister telling. Now, if you see today, my dear friend, all my chartered accountants, my articles and my staff, when they try to upload the return ITR 1, 2 and 4, I repeat, when we try to upload ITR 1, 2 and 4 on the new filing portal, it is now as of today. Even now, my staff, before half an hour tried to upload, it is stating that the portal is going through a maintenance activity on 21st August 2021. Inconvenience cost is regretted. So this is the present state of the portal. Now let us go to the issues quickly. Issues related to login. Now these are all issues which all of you would have encountered, or it would be resolved, or it is yet to resolve, or partly it is resolved, or partially it is resolved. But we'll try to go through all the glitches now. The issue number 1, sometimes name is not reflecting in the new e-filing portal too. So this is one issue. So in this issue, in this glitch, what it is telling, the name is being shown in some symbols and numbers. That's fine. But what is the resolution is, even though the name is not shown on the portal, it is shown in some symbols and numbers and question marks and exclamatory marks, etc. But still the assessee is able to access the tabs in the same name of these symbols and numbers. This is the first issue. Second issue. Now about registration. Now today, to register any new taxpayer on the e-filing portal 2.0, we are required to e-verify the taxpayer by using an OTP, which will be sent on the registered mobile number and email ID of the taxpayer. This is fine if the taxpayer is a resident. What if the taxpayer is a non-resident and does not carry an Indian number? Then it may be difficult. The number, the OTP, mail it may go, but the number on the OTP on the number of the non-resident on the overseas number, it may not go. So that may become a major issue when a non-resident is in possession of overseas number only and not the Indian number. So what is the resolution? As regards non-resident, there is no problem. You keep trying. You keep trying again and again, it would happen. But for a non-resident, you must take an Indian number and then you should try for registration. There is no other way out. Now, these are, some calls I received from all over India also. Some chartered accountants also inform me they are not able to register a newly incorporated companies or firms. As of today, many of them are not able to register newly incorporated companies or firms. So this resolution will be, this will be shortly enabled on the portal. So I am telling you, I want to commend all my chartered accountants, my professional colleagues and all the other consultants for having, helped the government for having helped the developer at the cost of their professional time, at the cost of their, the test and trial run is done on the chartered accountants, and they have been benevolent enough, and they have done a lot of research, given a lot of points to the government. Based on this, the government is benefited, the developer is benefited, although the developer has taken, 4200 crores, the price for the new portal. Anyhow, issue number 4. This is about the locking of the account on the e-filing portal 2.0. When I say this 2.0, I am reminded of the movie of superstar Rajinikanth, Robo 2. So about this, I would like to tell you, one tidbit. Directed by Shankar, story also written by Shankar. In fact, Shankar came to Taj West End here. He sat for a month in Taj West End, surrounded by greenery on all sides, locked the script of Robo there for 2 months without meeting anybody, sat there, locked the script, and then went back to Chennai for shoot. Similarly here, what the government has done is they have kept everybody away, and they themselves decided we are going to unleash the portal without consulting the chartered accountants, which I think was a grave mistake, which is now set right. By making a committee of chartered accountants, they have been given their due importance. I would, through this platform, request the KSCA and also, what next team persons to take all the issues to the government and also help them and also inform the developer through them. Let them inform the developer that we are ready to form a chartered accountant team of 20-25 people who will help you anyway. So issue number 4, my dear friend, accounts locked. So accounts of e-filing portal 2 are locked sometimes after 5 attempts of incorrect failed password. I have tried in my office. Sometimes it used to lock after 2 attempts, 3 attempts. My boy went 1 step ahead. 5th attempt he stopped. He told if the 6th attempt, if I try and if it gets locked, then I'm going to get blasting from my boss. So I have also done 5 attempts of incorrect failed password. And earlier in the old portal, warning was being issued on the portal that you have only 1 attempt left, rather on the new portal. Warning was being issued that you have only 1 attempt left. Now that warning is also not shown on the new portal. So what is the resolution? Do not worry. If it is locked, it will unlock automatically round after about 4 hours. This we have seen practically also. Issue number 5. What about forgot password? Now the forgot password option was not working earlier. Even after, we tried to call up the helpline number, etc., nothing got resolved and one was getting the same repetitive error message from the portal. Now, my dear friend, this reset password option is enabled on the portal. So you can go ahead. It will be, through that OTP on the mobile number or upload your DSC or your e-filing OTP, etc. Now, while logging in through TAN, earlier name of the taxpayer was not visible. Now, the TAN of the taxpayer is very much visible. I have given a screenshot here. So earlier it was not visible. Now it is visible. The name of the assessee is also visible. Next. Sometimes the date of birth is showing negative numbers in case of resident. If you see their date of birth, -417763800000, etc. Again, in case of non-resident also, it is showing this -233, etc. So what to do? You have to wait patiently until this glitch is solved, and meanwhile inform the assessee, and you also don't forget or confuse with the actual or correct date of birth, since different dates of births are given here. Anyway, issue number 8. So DIN number of the company directors are not being auto-populated in the new portal. So here, chartered accountants in our office, they have gone through that and they have tried that. And what is their suggestion is, please fill up manually in the sub-tab key person under the tab My Profile tab on the new e-filing portal 2.0. Now, issue number 9, bank accounts were pre-validated in the legacy portal. However, in the new portal, the same bank accounts are wrongly displayed as not pre-validated or validation in progress. Whereas I know all the details of bank accounts are correct as per the bank statements. We have given one, screenshot also. So you need to keep validating until the glitch is resolved. Now, issues related to e-filing, issues relating to login, we have finished. Now to e-filing. What about this date of incorporation of HUF as per profile and PAN database is different. So we tried here uploading the HUF written. This was the error. Please correct the below mentioned error. Description is date of birth, date of incorporation mentioned in XML does not match with date of birth, date of incorporation logged in PAN. Now, if you see this as per profile, as per PAN, date of birth is different. 1st January 0001 and 30th December 0001. You will be able to correct the date of birth in the profile. So kindly correct the date of birth in profile. So that will match with the PAN and then we can try to upload. But unfortunately, the return of HUF is not being uploaded as of today, right here too. We will discuss that also. Now, Sometimes on the new e-filing portal 2.0, ITRV of previous and current assessment years cannot be downloaded from the new portal. This you can keep trying, and after 1 or 2 days, I think it will be available for download. The next new e-filing portal 2 earlier stated that ITR post 1314 can be downloaded. However, the same were not available on the view file returns tab. Now, as of today, whatever I am telling you, my dear friends, in this PPT, we have all tried practically here. So rest assured, this PPT and these resolutions, we have all done practically. My entire team, they are responsible and they have done it practically. And then we have collected all the ideas and then it is formed as a PPT. So don't worry. Now, we can view on the file returns tab, ITR's file from assessment year 7-8 onwards. And as a corollary, Form 26A is also available from assessment year 9-10 onwards in the new e-filing portal 2.0, which navigates to the traces portal. And from there, Form 26A could be generated. Very, very important. This is for 148 returns. You know, under the new regime, any case reopened after 1st of April 2021, how many years can I reopen, my dear friends? Up to 3 years, beyond 3 years, up to 10 years. So up to 3 years means it is now assessment year 21-22. So 2021, 19, 20, 18, 19. Beyond 3 years, up to 10 years, where there is any undisclosed income or any concealed income represented by an asset exceeding rupees 50 lakhs. Then I can go beyond 3 years and up to 10 years. So that portal now will allow the department, will allow the SSC, because suppose in case of a search or in case of a survey, 3 years will be reopening survey. In case of a search, go up to 10 years, provided that conditions I told you is fulfilled. So in that case, my dear friends, standing today, 21-22, I can reopen from 11-12 onwards. From 11-12 onwards. So this facility had to be given, but now anyway, here it is available from 7-8 onwards. This is also beneficial in case of all the old arrears, where old rectification is still not done, the 245 is issued, old refunds are adjusted. So I don't have information. People are telling, sir, you told me how many years to maintain books of accounts. Under Income Tax Act, how many years to maintain, sir? How many years should I maintain books? It is 6 years. What about your Companies Act? Under Companies Act, under 128 subsection 5 or 143, you know, it is only 8 years, 8 financial years. Whereas in Companies Act, all these mother documents, like minutes, etc., you have to maintain since the date of inception of the company. So here, what I'm telling you is books of accounts you have to maintain, etc., all these things. Along with this, the information available with the department from 7-8 onwards. Now, yeah, this is the view file return which I have downloaded 2021, and then if you see 8-9 also is there, available information, 7-8 is not there. Here it may be difficult now. I may not be able to download form or download receipt, etc. It will happen in due course of time. Now, these are the additional schedules are being added. This is in ITR 2. Even though they are not relevant to the taxpayer, these schedules are also seemingly mandatory and cannot be deleted, removed. This is not as per Winman or any private software. This is as per the utility on your JSON utility provided on your JSON utility. So this screenshot, what are they telling in ITR 2 when there is no necessity, is asking for schedule AMT, schedule AMTC, etc. Assets and liabilities fine. Where the income is more than 50 lakhs, you need to give the details of assets and liabilities. But here schedule AMT, AMTC, etc. These are not required. But the return you will not be able to file or will not be able to go forward unless and until you put zeros there. So that was the glitch available in this return. Next, these are all relating to, I am telling you again, only on the returns of the utility. Next, new e-filing portal 2.0 does not have any pre-filled data such as salary figures, other sources, capital gain figures, which was said to be one of the key reasons why the revamp was done. Also, only partial data from 26 years is being populated. For example, TDS on salary is auto-captured in ITR, but salary income is not auto-captured. Also, the newly created tab of download pre-filled data is still not working and not showing any kind of information in order to download pre-filled data of the SSC for filling of return. So other than, my dear friend, you'll have to wait until this functionality is enabled on the new e-filing portal. Don't worry, time limit to file return extended to the 30th of September. Time limit to file any appeal also based on Supreme Court judgment as well as also extended. Time limit to file 15 CB extended up to August 15, which will also be extended again. Don't worry. You have to give manually. For example, to your banker, etc. You have to give it manually. Now, issue 15. This is what you know. See, this is your sorry state of affairs. The banker, neither the banker nor the the developer, you are not understanding the meaning of HUF at all. The HUF is there since time immemorial, sir. Hindu undivided family. When HUF is trying to file its ITR on the new portal, this is the glitch, and it has been verified by the Karta of HUF. New portal is displaying an error saying return is being filed by representative assessee. How on earth it is representative assessee? Representative assessee, I have to go as per 160. When assessee is deceased, I am the legal heir of the assessee. So when I need to file the return of the assessee, I need to add myself as a legal heir. And in the earlier portal, I used to take the PAN of the deceased. I used to take the PAN of the legal heir, Aadhaar, the will, registered will, etc. Or, your family tree, or, a letter from the gazetted officer, certificate from gazetted officer. All this I had to, attach and then add a legal representative. This portal on this functional tab, this tab is not functional as on date in the new IT portal. Please understand. Don't fill this. This nothing. This has no way representative assessee, has nothing to do with the HUF. That is what this is separate. It's only the legal representative. This HUF.
Sir, I guess you're not audible, sir.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
That is 160. It is separate. It is only in case of legal representative, and this is HUF is a person, etc., etc. Head person here. Even the return of HUF as on next, not auto-populated. If only for a 1032 is not also. Next, enter bank name, error, the most common one. This error is shown up even after the bank has been validated and the bank name tab is not an editable field. You know that when I put this, basically when I put this IFSC code, then it will automatically select the bank and branch, and it is not an editable field as well. Now, you have to put the new IFSC code because, for example, the corporation bank is merged with your UBA, etc. Now, ITR 4 form, many tabs are not accessible in the offline utility, and hence taxpayers are unable to file the returns. So we need to wait until this issue is resolved. Next, on submitting the ITR, e-verification is a mandatory process. For this process, OTP is not received on time. And in case the OTP is if at all received, it isn't being accepted. That's fine. You need to keep trying and resending until this issue is resolved or sorted out. Now, this JSON utility, if it is saved from the ITR, which has errors thrown up at the time of validation, for example, when bank revalidation was not done at that point, this only in the JSON utility. It will show error while uploading at a later point of time, in a time when, for instance, the validation is completed. Okay, so this will also be resolved. As many mistakes possible, my dear friend, please tweet and please share with the government so that they in turn will share it with the developer and it will be resolved. Now, one more very important technical glitch is this returns which are already processed in 143.1 in March 21 are still showing as under process in the new e-filing portal. Intimation for the returns are not available for download as it was in the earlier portal. Then the intimations under 143.1 which are issued after processing of returns for financial year 1920, your 2021 contain multiple mistakes apparent from record. Please check the mail. I agree you are not able to download from the portal, but you check the mail of the SSA or a registered email ID, it will be there. So then what happens, the returns which are filed claiming refunds are showing process with huge demands payable. So this may also result in trouble with the provisions of section 281 of the Act, wherein if an assessee wants to sell the property, he's forced to apply for clearance under 281 owing to an erroneous demand in the portal. Next, even the rectification option for rectification under 154 is not available on the new portal. Even in the earlier portal, I took it up with the then principal commissioner under 143.3. When any order is there, we could not file the rectification online against 143.3 order. That option was not there. Now, even 154 is not there, even for intimation passed on 143.1 on the new portal. And then there is 4 years time. Why do you worry? 4 years time is there as per 154.7. As per 154 subsection 8, 6 months time is there for the assessing officer to pass an order in consequence of rectification. So you need not worry, there is a lot of time. Next, while filing the ITR under personal information, even after saving address, jurisdiction details of non-resident, same error is thrown up at the time of validation. So we'll have to wait until this issue is sorted out. Then this is one, one more mistake where, we uploaded the return. Return was filed on 3rd of August 2021. But the date of filing the return on the new portal is coming as 8th of March 2021. So even before the financial year ended, I filed the return for that year, assessment year 21. And hence taxpayers were not able to e-verify those returns. This problem, this issue is now sorted out. Then this is again, injustice to the assessees. Even though the due date for filing all returns under 139 have been extended by way of an earlier notification, but still the new e-filing portal 2.0 is demanding late fees under section 234F automatically. And this is, according to me, not justified, and the assessee cannot be called upon to pay. But unless you pay, you will not be able to file the return. So that is the reason what we are telling. But the department is giving a resolution that you please see my tweet. This is already rectified. And main thing I'm interested in what I am going to refund you this 234F late fees collected. If you see, this is the tweet. So ITR software was rectified on 1st of August 2021 itself to remove the error due to incorrect computation of interest on 234A and late fee under 234F. When I come here down, what are they telling? If by chance someone has already submitted ITR with such incorrect interest or late fee, same will be correctly calculated while processing at CPC ITR, and excess amount paid, if any, will be refunded in normal course. Be careful. If at all you do not get the refund, in case the rectification functionality is, functional tab, you please file a rectification. Else file an appeal under 246A with the National Faceless, the National Faceless Appellate Authority. Now about the acknowledgement. After uploading all submissions or reply on the e-proceeding tab, self-generated acknowledgement appears, which sometimes takes a lot of time to download. However, on subsequent login, there is no option to download the acknowledgement. If print was not taken immediately, there is no option to take print anytime later. Now I think this issue is sorted out and acknowledgement can be downloaded now. In any case, you can wait for a day or two and you could definitely download the acknowledgement. Now, once a return is filed, the copy of return is not reflecting in the portal, which is a major misbehavior from the portal in the last 17 years of inception of e-filing option for the taxpayer since September 2004. Whereas the assessees had filed return of income from past several years. If you see here, yeah. Now we'll have to wait. We have no other choice but to wait until the issue is sorted out. While taxpayers, these are all regarding 148 now. While taxpayers are trying to file responses against notices issued on 148, common error thrown up is something went wrong. Keep trying on the new e-filing portal 2.0. Then again, 148, very, very important. In cases where reassessment proceedings under 148 have been initiated for the second time, common year of search, portal is not allowing the taxpayer to upload the ITR in response to notice under section 148 with an error stating response submitted against notice under 148 with acknowledgement number also, which refers to earlier reassessment proceedings. Now, please understand, let me give you an example. For example, there is a company called Prerna Fisheries Limited. Okay. They were searched in 2014. Search took place in 2014. Last 6 years cases were reopened, including the year of search. And during those days, 153A was there and 6 years was done. Now again, when they are searched here, for example, say in your March 21, again when I go 6 years back, again 14, 15, I have to fill the return, sir. Again, if it's reopened, that is in case of search. Now this is in case of 148. What I'm discussing, it will take care of 148 as well as 153A also. So suppose Prerna Fisheries Limited, I will take a search example. Now again, the 6 years return we need to file. When we file the 6 years return, what happens? The portal is telling that response already submitted. Why? Prerna Fisheries Limited would have filed 148 return for 14-15. They would have also filed return 139. Then they would have reversed return 139-4. They would have filed a belated return, etc. I don't know. Anyway, that return would have been revised, or again return would have been filed definitely on 153A or 153C, depending on the search. Again, now when they file return for 14-15, because the search took place in March 21, at the time of filing the return under 153A, it says response submitted against notice under 153A or 148 with acknowledgement number, what they filed earlier, which refers to earlier reassessment proceedings or earlier such proceedings. Please understand. So this is an important issue. We'll need to wait until this issue is sorted out, because you are not able to file the return. Tomorrow, don't tell me I'm going to prosecute you because you have not filed the return. Point number one is, as of today, they are telling you already filed the return. Response submitted with acknowledgement number. Suppose now I want to declare income of 1 crore. During those days, I declared income of 50 lakhs. Now you are telling you are already submitted. You are not willing to furnish the return. What can I do? 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, you will take up the case for regular assessment by issue of notice on 143(2), etc. That time you will tell, my dear, you did not declare at all. When your portal itself is not allowing me, how can I declare? How can I file the return? So this is a matter of grave concern. So I request the authorities to look into this and then sort out the matter. Anyway, this while uploading the return, this is for a return. This is not this is a return problem. This is not a portal problem issue. Return issue. While uploading return for 148 for 1718, following error message is displayed. There is inconsistency in amount of interest, salary, bonus, commission, or remuneration paid to any partner or member claimed in the return and audit report. However, there was no inconsistency, but we received this message, and till today, I am not able to file the return under 148 for 1780. Already we have launched the grievance. The Infosys officials were, kind enough to come online. They fixed up an appointment. There was the guys from Infosys, there was the assessing officer, myself were there, and we had a discussion. And clearly, they told me, sir, this is only a written problem. It's not a portal problem. But anyway, as of today, till today, we are not able to upload this return. So we have raised the grievance again, ticket. Now, this is on the portal. Now, reply to notice under 148 is not reflecting in e-proceedings tab, whereas it is showing in regular e-file returns tab. Please see this. We have taken this acknowledgement screenshot also. Other than waiting, my dear friends, you will not be able to do anything. Now, so this is for 153A return. This is what we have written a letter to the central circle, the officer. How we have written, please see this. I tried to upload the return for 1415. In response notice on 153A, I suggest to all members, please write a letter. That is the least you could do. Please write a letter, file it in the tapal, because you need a proof. Tomorrow, if you go to court, court will ask, where is the proof? So you need a chapa, you need a tapal, you need a seal. Then you meet the assessing officer, request him. Then you meet the Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, request them. So this is the letter to be written. However, when I try to upload the ROI, it is stating that response submitted against notice on 153A with acknowledgement number so and so. Whereas this was uploaded in 1415, not in 153A search, which is happened in March 21. Copy of printout is enclosed. I have not uploaded the return at all. Crystal clear. I am telling in no uncertain terms that I haven't uploaded, sir. As the portal states, there is already a response. However, acknowledgement number in response, which would be seen that is so and so, and I could not have uploaded the return response notice issued on 4th June. That means originally I uploaded that 153 and the first search on 25th September 16. So I am telling them, please see the acknowledgement number. It's saying 25th September 16. Whereas when I received the notice on 153, that is on 4th of June 21. How can I file a return in response to notice under 4th June 21 on 25th September 16? So these are, matter to be explained to the assessing officer, to the Honorable Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, as well as you can write a petition to the PCIT Central. Because all my dear friends, as you know, all the survey cases, all the search cases are pushed to Central Circle all over India. So be careful. Now, yeah, this 153, which we discussed, this is one more issue where it is coming, your return is already submitted. While uploading return 153A, following error message is displayed. Your return is already submitted. However, while uploading the return, when we attach the XML file of the SSC, we had few validation errors. Once we resolved the validation errors, we generated a new XML file. These also were earlier 16, 17, 15, 16, etc. And attach it to file the return under section 153A. After attaching the XML, we get an error showing that your return is already submitted. You cannot resubmit it. Please, we are only attached the XML. We did not submit. However, when we click on the view filed forms tab on the portal, there are no file forms under 153A because I've never submitted it. So what to do? Raise a grievance on the e-filing portal too. So these are all typical issues you would have faced in our office. These are all I have faced in my office. Now about this form 35. So form 35 was uploaded for 2 assessment years and downloaded. The acknowledgement also downloaded. However, when one clicked on viewed file forms tab on the portal, it showed no forms filed till date. Even after more than 3 days of filing appeal, it still showed the same message. So I think in the few cases, one is able to see all the file forms in the new e-filing portal too. And in a few of the cases, you will not be able to see all the file forms in new e-filing portal too. In any case, regarding form 35, there are various other issues like, whether order passed with DIN or without DIN. when we are in the first page, when we are uploading now, when we are filing Form 35, so there are various issues. All the issues I would like to cover, I have made a notes here. So order passed with DIN or without DIN. So you need to select order with DIN. Once one chartered accountant has messaged to me, for the past 1 month is struggling to file Form 35. For the past 1 month, and still is not able to upload it up. My dear professional colleagues, it is possible to upload. You please try again. I will give you some hints also, or you can call me also. We will try to help you. Nothing to worry. It is possible, and we are filing at our office. Of late, say in the last 3-4 days, we are not able to do, but I think a week before we could do it. We could file the appeals in time. Now, so as I told you, you select DIN. There is an option: select order with DIN, or the select DIN, your order number. You have to fill up the DIN, and then date of order, etc. Then it goes to the next page. It says let's get started, and then in the next page, this basic information, etc. is there filled. You have to fill up all the basic information. That is one of the reason I think most members are making mistake here. That basic information you have to fill up again, and basically the edit option is there. What we came to know is you have to write down that exact post office, exact pin code, post office, and normally that is not selected, and then you'll have to fill that and also save it. Now, address to be updated in the basic information of the form while filling the form. Be careful. This if you do, I think you should not face any problem in filing the appeal online. In any case, don't worry. Even though you have received order in March, you have received order in February, received in January, not filed appeal till today, Supreme Court has already given instructions that there will be, there is no time limit. It is extended until further instructions from the Supreme Court itself. Now, we move further. Regarding your Form 10A. Now, again, this Form 10A, I think in the last 7 to 10 days, it is working or behaving very erratically, and it's not functioning appropriately, and we are not able to upload this Form 10A. Earlier, when it began, say about 20 days back, we could upload at least 4 to 5 forms, Form 10A for a 12A existing trust 12A registration, as well as your ATG. So the most common question is being asked is, can we fill up only one form for both 10A as well as ATG? My simple question is, how many registrations you are having? You have 12A registration separate, your form ATG recognition separate. How can I fill up one form? Earlier in the old regime, what you used to do? 10A used to fill separately, Form 10A. 10G used to fill separately, that is for ATG. 10A for 12A, 10G for ATG. Similarly, now the form is 10A only, even for 12A, and form again 10A for ATG, but it's to be separately filed, separately uploaded. Last 7 to 10 days, it's not working appropriately. I think sooner or later it should start working, because 20 days back we could upload at least 4 forms, my dear friends. We could definitely upload it. Now, regarding 15 CSCB, that as of today, this 15 CSCB form, what is the main thing? The main mistakes is the tax and the net amount, which is to be remitted in foreign currency. It comes with a rupee symbol prefix, and commas in amounts comes at hundreds and not thousands. Then the new process of 15 CSCB is very clumsy. It requires the CA and the taxpayer to log in parallelly, and there is no provision to preview the form before submission, although even that was not available even in the earlier regime also. And there is no provision which exists to withdraw the forms. Also, if some errors are detected, be very careful. No provision exists to withdraw the forms. Also, if some errors are detected. Again, that 15 CA is when the client has to sign after issue of 15 CB by the chartered accountant. Next, this preview of 15 CA not available when assigned to CA by the taxpayer while accepting assigned CA request. Hence, rejection of form by CA due to errors is not possible on the new portal before accepting Form 15 CA. However, once the form is accepted, it cannot be withdrawn, even if the errors are noticed. And here it goes on the loops. On the same note, the taxpayer should also get the option to preview the form. We are requesting the government. The view form option for taxpayer is not working. So the 15 CA-CB in preview mode and the final form available on the portal after submitting the same both are identical. Final form does not have digital signature of the signatory. However, the banks will ask for a signed copy to process the foreign remittance, and therefore they insist to provide signed hard copies in absence of digital signature. Again, there is no provision to mention the UDIN while uploading Form 15 CP. So what is the resolution as of today? These are all the various technical features in, filing and uploading a Form 15 CSC. We just submit a manual copy until this tab is fully operational. And this extension was there up to 15th of August 2021 for the purpose of foreign remittances. They were being allowed to file manually. As of today, there is no extension, but don't worry, the government will sooner or later will come out with an extension in the form of a press release. The last press release was on 20th of July 21, which extended the date up to 15th of August. Now, we discussed about that CIT appeals. Now, old filed forms, audit reports, etc. are not available for download. And if downloaded, then it is a blank document. Document is damaged or it cannot be opened. So we'll have to wait until these things are sorted out. Even this EPAN. Now, EPAN, what has happened is, that is one services. So in this case, what happened? We could apply online, take your Aadhaar and apply for the PAN card online itself on this portal. But it does not ask for the signature of the SSC. Therefore, within 10 minutes, you'll get your PAN card. Within 10 minutes. While downloading the PAN card from the portal, there is no signature on that PAN card. So this will definitely create difficulties in India as regards opening bank account, etc., where the banker does not accept the PAN card in absence of signature on PAN card, and this may become an issue for KYC norms also. So what is the resolution? Please apply for a correction of PAN card on NSDL portal online after uploading the signature on a sheet of paper. Thereafter, you would receive a PAN card duly signed by the associate. Now, my staff, he applied, in case of his mother online, and he got the PAN card also. He got it by post, he got it online also, but it is without signature. One more chartered accountant applied. In case of our brother, she applied online and she got the PAN card, but it was without signature. And this problem is shared to me by her. This genuine problem and this online problem this is. So she faced this problem. The banker refused to open the account, saying, it is not signed, etc. So these are all the problems. And thereafter, she has applied for correction of PAN card. So I'm telling you, these are a lot of problems we are facing. Anyway, now the issues relating to pending actions. So the basic details like DIN, PAN, address of taxpayer is not auto-populated when the taxpayers are trying to pay off the outstanding demand through the portal directly. So we will have to wait until the tab is fully functional in the new e-filing portal. Now, notices are issued, DIN is also generated, but the taxpayers, unfortunately, they are not able to download them as data is not available on the portal. Same is the case with the closure orders as well, which are being issued by the tax department on account of completion of various proceedings, but the same are not available on portal to download for taxpayers. To an extent, this is solved. 50% I think we are able to download, balance 50% we are not able to download, fine. So we'll have to wait until the tab becomes fully functional. Again, the trail of replies given by the taxpayer in response to departmental notices issued earlier are not available on the new portal. Taxpayers do not keep a complete track of submissions made and assessment orders issued by tax authorities, as it was easily available on the legacy portal. Nobody used to remove printout and nobody used to keep in their file. So if these data are not available now, it may create a lot of troubles on the legacy portal. Therefore, it should be made available on the new portal as well. As I told you, sometimes you are not able to download, but sometimes you are able to download. Hence, you'll have to wait until the tab becomes fully functional in the new e-filing portal. This one more issue, already filed appeals have been partly heard and the written submissions of the same are not reflecting on the portal. Further, in some old cases, remand reports are pending and the same are not being reflecting on the portal. So now written submissions are being reflected on the portal under the pending action tab. Sub tab is e-proceedings. Regards remand report, my dear friends, kindly wait until they are uploaded on the new e-filing portal too. Please understand, last 1.5 years, where are the orders passed by CIT appeals? What orders are passed by CIT appeals? Only those cases where VSVS, you have paid the tax, appeal is withdrawn, orders are passed, or your 3615A, read with 43B, etc., your ESIPF additions, only those orders are passed. Apart from this, no other orders are passed. Anyway. Now again, this 220 subsection 2, please question that. Please do not keep quiet. Please question this. Total amount payable on account of interest on 220 subsection 2 calculated on outstanding demand is appearing on the new e-filing portal. They are telling tax 8 lakhs, 222 again 8 lakhs. and even the calculation we can download as per computation sheet. That will also, in my opinion, may not be correct. Please check up carefully, and then please raise a grievance. Please also file a letter with the concerned jurisdictional officer. Other issues. Now, if you see this error number, in the e-proceedings and login, ITD-EXEC 20002, ITD-EXEC 200 appears frequently when you use any feature of the website. We have also encountered, and we have put that in the login C. We have put that. We are encountering that same thing. We have encountered this error number even in e-proceedings. So what is the, sit quietly for some time, again you start. Next, these are all about the DSCs. Now the DSCs, to be registered on the personal e-filing account of the authorized signatory, your CS person login, etc. Before he, she approves, provide certificate from ARCL login. There is an issue of slot not available. The new DSC management is that Enbridge, empowered by eMudra Limited, developed for usage by taxpayers, is not functioning properly since its incorporation in the new e-filing portal. But that has now been, much of it has now been abridged, all the mistakes. So sometimes we manage to register. These are all the mistakes which we encountered. If you manage to register the DSC of the key person in their ID using Internet Explorer in company login against their name, DSC registered comes as no. Then sometimes you are not able to register the DSC on the new portal as the specific certificate does not appear in the drop down. So you go to basically you fill up the key person tab and then you can register the DSC. Now again, important issue of adjournment. One or two more I'll do, and then we can take all the question and answers. What about adjournment for hearing? It may be, a request for hearing for appeal or requesting hearing for any, 148 assessment or 143 assessment, etc., etc. Now, we are not able to seek adjournments in the hearings. So what to do? What we have done, when we try to seek adjournment on the new e-filing portal in pending action on tab of e-proceedings in response to any notice under the sub-tab seek or view adjournment, you know that. You know what it does when you go and ask for seek or view adjournment? It asks for date up to which adjournment is sought. For example, notice is dated 25th of June 21, and we want adjournment, say we are requesting for a week's adjournment. Error message is displayed stating, please choose a date before 31st March 21, which is humanly not possible. As that acknowledgement, I filed the return on 8th of August. So it showed me on 3rd of August, acknowledgement, something like that. I am filing that request on 25th of, say, 25th of June, I received the notice. I want to file an adjournment up to 2nd July. Then rare message is displayed telling not possible. Please choose a date before 31st of March 21, which is not possible. So what is the resolution? As we need to seek adjournment online only, we can alternatively click on Submit Response tab, where we generally file the response to any notice and give a detailed description of the reason for adjournment, which can be termed as a partial response. But we have not got a reply till now. We have not got any reply giving us a fresh date as of today. Now, this is again an injustice being done, I think, where an appeal is pending before the CIT appeals or ITAT, there is an automatic stay granted after 20% of demand is paid. However, many times the portal automatically adjusts the demand against refund of other years without any intimation. This results into a situation of no recourse to the taxpayer. Grievances raised on this matter are being closed or deleted without resolution. So to avoid this, moment you file the appeal, kindly file a letter with the jurisdiction assessing officer JO requesting for stay of collection of demand after making payment of 20% of the demand. And also you could upload this letter also. Now, what about reply to defective notices? 139.9. I am sorry to say this portal is not enabled as on date. And what is the time limit? Just 15 days. So therefore, unless the portal is functional, this tab is functional, I will not be able to file any response to defective notices under 139.9. So I am told that the adjustment tab 143.1a has just opened 3 days back, 3 to 4 days back. Even that has become now functional, but it's not showing that. Only the tab is appearing, whereas we are not able to see any notices, adjustment notices under 143.1. These challan numbers are not getting validated. TDS deducted and reflected in Form 26AS is not auto-populated in filing written in online mode. So what to do? Fill up the details manually. What about refund request issue? This is again a major problem. It says your refund has failed. Please raise a refund reissue request. Fine, sir. When I go there, when I raise a ticket refund reissue request, when I click what it says create refund reissue request. It says you have no refund failure to raise reissue request. So this is what we got it. Now various grievances on the portal, my dear friends. So all this you please raise. Grievance redressal section into the portal is not functioning at all. Grievance raised on the new portal automatically being deleted without being addressed. Existing grievances that were registered on the legacy portal under e-Nivaran along with trail of interactions are also not appearing in the new portal. And in certain other cases, the portal showed no grievances raised despite having raised grievances. We have practically faced these problems, and I am being told by my person that these are all practically which has happened. In fact, they have been, they are telling that grievances are all sorted out without having been addressed actually. Now, how to air your grievances now? The moot question. CP Grams is a beautiful site working very beautifully, and it's being monitored by the Prime Minister of this country. So go for CP Grams also. There's no problem for any refunds, for any rectifications, etc. Or these are all the email IDs. Mail all the glitches, whatever you call, on the new e-filing portal on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 email IDs are shared. They are all helpful. They'll come back with a reply. Please state these are all the problems we are facing, because these are the people who will take the issues with the developer, who will take the issue with the finance ministry, and then they are all going to get together. The more the glitches you are going to inform them, the more it will be solved. So as of today, my congratulations to all the chartered accountants. You have raised several hundreds of glitches now. I have gone through everything. I have done a thorough research. These are all various glitches. I am not telling that most of it is solved, but sooner or later it will be solved. So please use these email IDs and request them. I am sure you are going to get a reply. At the end, I would like to thank my entire team for helping me to prepare this presentation, as well as given me a lot of material and shared their thoughts. Thank you very much. We can now go for question and answers. Have you got the time, sir?
Yes, sir. We have some time. We can take few questions. The first question is from Mr. Sachin. They said the legal hire option is open.
We discussed it. It's not legal hire. It's not functional as of today. As of today, it's not functional, sir, on the new portal.
Right, sir. We'll move on to the next question. Is there any solution for HUF returns filing?
As of today, no solution, sir. We discussed that issue also. As of today, we cannot file. Not a single person in India has filed HUF return.
Next, we have from Mr. Agarwal. He says, we have filed IT return and selected to verify it later, but still it is not showing, not allowing to verify now.
Okay. Sir, my team is telling it should have been done at that point of time itself. You cannot do it at a later point of time.
There's one from Shivani. She wants to ask, the draft 10A is not saved on the portal. So we are not able to file 10A. This issue is coming since 20 days. So the due date is near. Any way out to solve it?
My team is totally agreeing with her, and don't worry, what was August 31st will surely be extended again. Nothing to worry, sir.
So next we have from Trupti. Yesterday also the reset password with DSC not working. It's just showing new password must be different from the earlier password.
I will agree with her, sir. It happened in my office also. So I think you have to keep trying. That is the only option there.
Right, sir. Thank you. We have another from Shivani. She wants to ask information under 143(1)A and the application made under 154 are not available.
That we discussed, sir. In my 50 technical glitches, we have discussed.
Okay, right.
153 is still not functional.
Okay, so we have one from Nikhilesh. He wants to ask, yes, sir. The other income tax forms like 3CD, 3CEB are not visible for few assessees. Is this an issue across the taxpayers or only a few selected assessees?
Yeah, he's right, sir. It is, sometimes it is visible, and for some assessees it's not visible. He's right.
Another question is from Shivani. Vivad se Vishwas for Form 5 are not visible.
Portal is enabled now. And we have filed 4 to 5 ESPs in the last week.
Yes, sir. That's thank you for the response. Then we have from Ashok Single. He wants to say, as per the information received from the portal, glitches will be resolved till March 2022. Is this true? So he's asking whether March 2022.
There is no such information on the portal, sir. Please send a screenshot to me. The portal never promises that they are going to resolve all information by March 22.
Okay. Shishirish has one question. While filing IT returns, error comes as name not matching as per the profile. However, name as per the profile is exactly what is mentioned in the return file.
Yes, sir. This is a common error.
Okay,
What my team
so,
is telling, sir, you just wait for a few days. It's going to get resolved automatically.
thank you, sir. Then there's another from Anusha Jain. She wants to error name as per PAN is not matching with ITR. However, we have written a name as per PAN in the ITR. How to resolve? Same, right?
Same thing, yes, sir. You need to wait for a few days.
Yes. Then we have from Vaidyanathan. He wants to ask e-return filed in response to notice under 148. However, e-verification not happening. When an attempt is made to file the return again, the message says that the return is already filed. In the absence of e-verification, the ITR-V is not generated. How to have this resolved?
So hard copy, sir. You will have to take a hard copy, remove a printout, get it signed, and then post it to CPC.
Okay, so thank you so much for the response. Then we have Ashwati. She wants to ask how to verify Form 10IE. I think this is also covered, I guess. 10IE in case of opting new regime.
See, I'll tell you, 10IE, what you have to do is, when you fill up the form now, that assessing officer code should come. If the assessing officer code does not come, you cannot upload that form. It may come as JUR and it does not come. The assessing officer does not come. The assessing officer, then you cannot upload that form. Unless the assessing officer comes, say ward 121 or something like that, you cannot file it.
Right, so thank you. Narsim Murthy wants to ask, while submitting ROI, it is displayed name as per the ITR differs from the name as per PAN. However, when we check the portal under PAN, Aadhaar data is shown name both same. Still, return is not accepted.
You will have to wait for a few days, sir, and then it will be resolved. Yeah.
There's one from Shweta. Wrong demand is raised and being adjusted against the refund.
Yeah. Please file a rectification letter, sir, with the jurisdictional assessing officer.
I think she has put the continuation of it. Refund is still pending and the grievance has been filed, but there is no response.
You file on CP Grams now.
Right, sir.
Please that CP Grams. That portal is working. It's working very fast, getting registered very fast also. Please raise a grievance.
Okay, sir. Right, so thank you. So another one is we have changed the date of birth on the PAN card, but the same is not updated in the profile tab of the portal. There are no edit options in the profile tab also, but while filing the validation error showing date of birth not available in the file.
No, what happened on the profile? You have changed the date of birth.
We have changed the date of birth on the PAN card, but the same is not updated on the profile tab on the portal, and there is no edit option.
No, you can update on the profile. There is edit option. Profile we can change, sir. It can be edited.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
One from Anil Arora. Yesterday, while trying to submit ITR4 prepared offline, ITR4 prepared offline, the error message crept in, caught error description as null. Is it due to technical glitches with the portal?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, so profile not updated. And then we have another from Jagdish Mistry. Why refund for assessment 2021 is yet not received, even if the return got processed? 2021 assessment refund.
Raise a grievance, sir. Raise a grievance.
Okay, so then refund computation is showing incorrect in spite of showing ATG deduction.
Okay. That means 143 you have received? If you have received 143 yeah, see, suppose the refund you are telling incorrectly received because ATG donation not deduction not given, then wait for an intimation. If you have received the intimation, we need to file an appeal against the intimation, or you file a rectification also as and when the portal is enabled. Meanwhile, you file a rectification letter with the JAO, jurisdictional assessing officer. You just file, in the ask counter of the department.
Right, so next we have from Neha Mittal. Hi, we are filing ITR3 having presumptive income and capital gain. but every time it says, please fill balance sheet in full, what to do?
What is happening, sir? You have only capital gains, sir.
When we are filing ITR 3 having presumptive income and capital gain, but every time it says, please fill the balance sheet in full.
Okay. Because I think should have ticked that option. So kindly untick that. Those four things you have to fill up, sir. There is no doubt about it. Those four you have to fill up: cash on hand, bank balance, closing stock, debtors and creditors, etc. You'll have to fill up those figures.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Then we have from Ajay. He wants to ask, we are getting an error stating gross receipts are not entered in the respective schedule.
Okay. What is the nature of business, sir?
No clarity, sir. We have just written this question.
I have to just confirm.
Let's move on to the next one. Under 80 TTA, unable to enter any amount. Though I have a certain amount in Form 16. In the portal, it is always 0.
I think you can edit that and fill up. You can fill up, sir. There is no problem.
Okay, sir. Then Ranganath Chinoy wants to ask regarding existing trust for renewal of 80G, which section must be selected from drop-down box?
For renewal of 80G, it is existing. Yeah, existing. Clause 1, sir.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Another question from Mr. Prasad. We are not able to reset the password using DSC. Post validating DSC, the system requests a new password, but post updating the password, the system does not allow to proceed. We are trying this from several days, 25 days. Now several emails were written, also token raised, and he has given the token number.
I think key personal you have not filled, sir. You have to fill up that key personal. Please fill up that key personal there, and then you come and register in the profile.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then we have from Afreen. She wants to ask, even after entering bank account details and selecting the account for refund under IT schedule, in the JSON, yet the PDF version is not showing which bank account is selected for the refund.
Sir, it's a technical glitch, sir. Yes.
Okay. Right, sir. See, I'll take last question from Mr. Singh. Sir, you can e-verify a return later also. Don't log in the side on the portal. There are an option of e-service under that e-verification return. There is this click on that and enter relevant details. Probably he's trying to give an answer for the previous question.
You will try it out.
Sir, so, right, sir. That's it.
Fine, sir.
Right, sir. So yeah. So can we draw the session to close, sir? Or, yeah. Thank you, CA Naveen Kariwal, sir, for all that wonderful deliberations. You have cleared most of the doubts, and some of the doubts I think even I was not aware. I think you have saved a lot of time by giving the solution to all that technical problems and howdies. With this, I think this is one of the first such program which we are conducting on issues in the new portal. I think that's the first time we have conducted such a webinar. Thank you so much for your valuable time and sharing your insights and giving the shortcuts for the professionals to just save some time. And I would also thank the Bappan sir for being a moderator and trying to help us in having this program. So thank you both, and thank you all the attendees and the audience for spending time with us. So can I request Bappan sir to speak some words?
Yeah.
Sir, you're muted, sir.
Thank you, Ajay bhai. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks for an eminent speaker.
Bangalore branch.
So you're not audible, sir.
You have to unmute, sir.
Sir, unmute, please.
Okay. So again, thank you, Rizu bhai and the team of this Karnataka Tea Association for giving the opportunity to WNT platform on this for enhancing the knowledge, professional knowledge on this platform. And it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks for an eminent speaker who has delivered a wonderful, relevant session on the professional knowledge sharing of the this common issues in filing of the new income tax portal and possible provide the solution to the audience satisfactorily. Thank you very much for this speaker again for the wonderful session and wonderful question answer session. And thanks to the organizer of the special webinar by the Association of the Karnataka and whole team with the president, Vikas Engineer, the secretary Sri Pramod Sri Hariya sir, and Sri Siddha Nagaraj Gaddi sir, and the Yusuf Mohammed sir, convener of the Diet Committee. So thanks to the valued viewers and the team of WNT also for jointly organized such a excellent webinar for relevant to this period for the fighting the return by the most of the professional people and they are facing the problem. They are to the extent they have resolved this problem with the help of Naveen sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhatnaji. Thank you very much, Abhishek sir. Thank you, Yusuf Mohammed bhai. Thank you. Thank you, Siddesh Gaddi. And thank you, KSCA. Thank you, What Next team, Mumbai.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All.